is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Daze's Lost Legacy. Last week I was on vacation, so there was no episode last week, but you're getting an earlier episode this week, followed by one more on the day that I usually do this, Wednesdays. Let's just jump right into it. I just want to get right into it today. Don't need no introductions. I hope everything is well. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I did, coming off a mini vacation. I just wanted to talk about Detroit's release date getting announced. So we've been waiting to hear whether or not Detroit was going to be coming out this year. Some people felt it might be delayed, despite the fact that they kept saying it would be a 2018 game. Now, I have been waiting for Detroit ever since it was announced. I love these type of games. Story-driven, where your choices get to define what gaming experience you have and how the story flows. And Detroit's release date officially is very soon. And it will make one heck of a graduation present for me, because it comes out May 25th, 2018. Also, the month I graduate and finally finish this college crap. One thing about Detroit's release date is that's prime time, right before the summer kicks off. For a video game to release. Lots of great games have been released in May from Sony. Uncharted 4. Last of Us came out in June, so around that time, within a month time span, May, June, great games have been released. Hopefully Detroit is that same thing, but there's a cloud over Detroit. A very small one. I don't think it's a big cloud. And that is the accusations against Quantic Dream. And possibly tying David Cage into that as well. For those that don't know, Quantic Dream had some accusations that said it was a toxic workplace, things like hinted at racist jokes, sexism, misogynistic sayings towards the women there. Pretty much, I think something might have came out that blowing kisses towards each other, but it's like French people are different than us. It's a long story with actually no evidence to back any of it up. So right now, Quantic Dream is innocent until proven guilty, which is how things should work, always and forever. You are innocent until proven guilty. This is absolutely nothing like the Harvey Weinstein case that happened, where you had loads of women coming out telling you when it happened, where it happened, and all this. That was just back to back with that. It's not happening that way with Quantic Dream. There is an investigation ongoing, and we will see the outcome. But what is going on in some gamers' minds? They are wondering whether or not they should buy the game. And to be honest, sometimes I really hate when this question comes up, because there's never a should or should not with a game. There's do you want to or not. There's no shoulds here. No one can tell you what to personally do. So I really hate when gamers ask that. Like, you're asking someone else permission or rejection, so at least, to go out and buy this game. Should I not? Do you ask anyone permission when you make up your own stories? Do you ask people permission to go use the bathroom in your house? Why are you asking permission on if you should or should not buy this game? Because it may be linked to a developer that has a toxic workplace. Well, we don't know that yet. And if it comes out that they do have a toxic workplace and you don't want to support the game, you do not have to support the game. But there is no should. So I think we need to erase that word from the question. Should you support the game? There is no should. It's about, do you want to? What do you believe is right? I think in this situation, and every situation like it, there is no really right or wrong. It's all about how do you feel about this, and are you able to separate the art from the artist? And David Cage himself hasn't been implemented in this, at least as far as I'm aware. But people just don't seem to like David Cage. I don't know why. I understand he could come off as that that one douchebag who thinks he's like artistic in everything he does when in actuality he's just a tryhard. I understand he can come off that way just based on the interviews I've heard from him. But I don't know why people have like a huge grudge against him. Was it because of what happened in Indigo Prophecy? How that last third of that game was awful? Is it because Beyond Two Souls in itself was awful? Like, I'm trying to understand why people like despise this guy, because if Beyond Two Souls was a hit right behind Heavy Rain, with Heavy Rain being the hit that it was, I don't think people would be talking all this trash on David Cage, despite the fact that he comes off as one of those artsy douchebags. I don't think people would be talking all this trash on him. I don't think he would get the hate that he gets. I think because those games and the themes that were in those specific two games were like so just at you and weird, and Beyond Two Souls is really the main culprit of this, and people accuse him of just wanting to play around with Ellen Page. No, not in that way, but like literally he just wanted to work with Ellen Page, like he had some type of crush on her or something. People accuse him a lot of that when it comes to Beyond Two Souls, which I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe he did. I don't know. Ellen Page is gay anyway, not unless she would go for him. But David Cage, let's move him aside for a second. But I think that is one big reason why Detroit Become Human is even having this cloud in the beginning, not just because of Quantic Dream, but because David Cage is tied to Quantic Dream, and people kind of want him to fail for whatever reason. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure why, but people want to see David Cage fail. And because David Cage's name is tied to this game, though this game has looked great in every trailer it's had, and everyone has said that the trailers have looked great, but now they have a reason to root for his failure. Now I think it's going to be a small sample of people that don't go out and get this game because of the Quantic Dream toxic workplace developments. It's going to be a very small group. Not enough to impact it, that's for sure. Definitely not. But even that small group, they could be very vocal. If one of them somehow gets their hands on it for free and plays it and tries to ruin it, then you can get very vocal very fast. And your little group can spread hate through and spread that mindset that this game sucks. Now, when the reviews come out and the Metacritic scores come out, that's when we're going to know how successful the game really is. And if it gets 9s and 10s, you're going to buy the game whether you don't like Quantic Dream or not, whether you don't like David Cage or not. If it gets 9s and 10s and you're watching gameplay footage of it and you're like, oh man, this is actually really beautiful and this is a great story, you're going to want to buy it. Whether you get it off a friend, whether you get it pre-owned, whether you find a free code, you're going to support the game one way or another, most likely, if it gets those scores. But riding on the should or should not, no one should tell you whether you should or should not. That's up to you. Me, personally, I'm going to buy Detroit Become Human because I've been waiting for this game. It looks like a beautiful game. Hopefully, I think it's going to handle the themes that it's trying to hit very well with the artificial intelligence and treat them like humans, the Blade Runner type stuff. I think it's going to do it very well. And I can't wait to see how it's done, and I can't wait to get my choices in there and shape the story to my liking. That's what I'm excited about. But if you automatically believe these accusations, which you should never automatically believe anything, you should question everything. Like I said, it's innocent until proven guilty, and you can't just say someone's guilty. So question everything. Don't jump to conclusions too fast, whether it be one way or the other, and make up your own minds. Stop sending in questions to IGN, GameSpots, the YouTube people. Stop sending them questions asking whether you should or should not buy it. Maybe get their opinion on if they're going to buy it and see if they are, but they can't tell you whether or not to buy it. They're going to tell you, yeah, I'll buy it. No, I'm not going to. Here's my reason. And that's exactly how you should be. You should say, yeah, I'm not, or yeah, I am, or no, I'm not. Don't let anyone else tell you what to do about this game, because I'm not. Like I said, I'm going to buy it. I've been waiting on it. I liked Heavy Rain. I didn't care for Beyond Two Souls either, but I'm giving David Cage the benefit of the doubt because of what he did with Heavy Rain. I don't know David Cage behind the scenes. I don't know if he's a creepo weirdo. He's not a Harvey Weinstein. We can tell you that much, or at least not that we know of. And before some people say, well, if it comes out afterwards that it is a toxic workplace, you're going to regret buying that game. No, I'm not. Because I don't regret watching any of Quentin Tarantino's movies, and guess who produced all of them, pretty much? Harvey Weinstein. He got them, distributed them all of them. Harvey Weinstein Company is where Quentin Tarantino has been for years. I do not regret watching a single Quentin Tarantino movie. And I'm going to continue watching Quentin Tarantino movies. Though I know he's leaving. He's gone from Harvey Weinstein Company. But the old ones, they're still under the Weinstein Company. That's still in the opening credits. So I don't regret watching those movies, and I won't regret buying this game if it comes out that it was a toxic workplace. I'm just going to be like, you know what, Quantic Dream, you guys suck. But this game is still great if I like the game. So that's that. And that's how everyone should be. Make up your own minds. I'm tired of you guys asking for validation on stuff like this. Stuff like this should not be asked validation for because it's opinion-based and it's entirely up to you. Stop asking for others' opinions on it to make up their minds for you. That is not how this works. That has been this episode of Daze's Lost Legacy. I hope you guys have a good couple of days when I come back again for a special second episode of Daze's Lost Legacy. And I hope you guys will start posting questions for me to answer. But until then, bye-bye.